You boot up a game of chess, you get out of the opening and get into a quite equal position. But in the middle game, you don't know what to do except for shuffle some pieces and pray for a blunder on your opponent's side. There is no structure to your chess. Sounds familiar? I will show you how I play an opening, get into a quite equal middle game, what I look for, how I make a plan, how I play positionally, put my pieces on the best squares, and force blunders. Let's go. So we are in a Mangarini Sicilian, except with e6. We will do the same gambit, and this is the most natural move, but I think it's already an inaccuracy. I really think that you should go to f8 according to the engine, which is quite a weird, funny thing. Sadly enough, with the inclusion of e6, it will be more difficult to march him down with the usual plans. And honestly, I didn't study this variation enough, so I presume something like this should happen, but I'm really unsure. He attacks our center. Let's just defend it. And in the previous video, we saw how my cam is too big. In the previous video, we saw how the difference between a winning position and a win condition works. And that was also 2 videos ago. Very instructive thing. How you go from a equal position to slightly winning to a very winning position, and then use your winning advantage for a win condition. The nice thing is you only have 2 win conditions. Either you have a checkmating attack or you go for a passed pawn, and the passed pawn turns into a queen. Those are your only 2 valid winning IDs. To be fair, I don't really know what my plan is here. I see a pawn chain brewing like this, so probably I should develop my pieces to the king side. So let's do this. I really wish he played d5 so I could get e5 in. E5 will lock the center. A locked center is always the best fuel for a kingside attack. So if I take, you take, I do this. You have take, take, knight take. And if I knight take, bishop take, I'm screwed. So let's just go back. If you take, I can always take with a check and you don't take with an attack on the queen. Your only thing that could save you is attack my queen or check me, but you cannot, so it's fine. Um, so for my opening, e4, c6, and a3. Here, my opponent goes for e6, and we just play b4. I was doubting to play knight to c3, even though I'm quite sure my preparation is b4. I don't know, I also like the structures where I just transpose into a type of Vienna, except I played a3 so my bishop can hide. I love those setups as well, but it works the best against the accelerated dragon with g6. But after e6, b4, he took, went back, and we got into this position. Most people actually play d5. We log the center, very important. And if he just develops, we will develop. And this looks a lot like a mainline Vienna-ish. Like our pawn structure looks a lot like the gambit. Oh, not that one, this one. And then takes, takes, here, take, take. Knight out, the bishop out. You see the structure. and like the queen being here. I mean, it was on g4 in our Mangarini line, I believe, but this structure looks very similar. Um, so let's go back. Yeah, so after this, we play e4, and if he just develops, we go into the structure like a mainline Vienna, except, I mean, except, I don't even know what, I mean, this pawn a bit, but other than that, it looks very, very similar. But that's not what we got. If I remember correctly, we got d6. I developed the bishop. Oh no, we got knight to f6. Knight to f6 is in my course. I should have played e5. I got the lines confused. If he played his pawn out, I defend with the bishop, and if he attacks the pawn, I push it. I got the lines confused. I should have pushed it. But I didn't really know if I wanted my knight to be obligated to defend this pawn. But I mean, then I get my queen out, get my knight out, and stop him from castling. And this looks like a disaster for black. You cannot castle. I can break open the center whenever I want. After I break open the center, I might be able to hop a knight here or there. And other than that, I also have checks if it does something. I could trade off this knight to damage the structure and annoy you. I could still go for this. I could still go for the h-pawn push. This looks like a disaster for black. So let's say you castle. This just wins a rook, but we don't even take it. We just go for the attack. The attack is way more vicious than a rook. Remember that. If you want to take the rook and just play up the exchange, fine, but your attack is way better. The only other line to defend the pawn is this, and we just go back. I'm not joking. We go back and we will just develop in normal fashion, but why can you not castle? Why do you have no useful pawn breaks? Why is your rook locked in the center? Every piece is so awkward. Like, this is the only normal developing move that you have. Other than that, maybe you could play for something like this. And we might even just march in the center if we can and develop our pieces way more active than yours because we have so much space and very easy development. Like the bishop, the knight is easy. The queen can go wherever it wants. Once this is defended, the knight can jump in. This bishop might trade itself off because that's maybe our only awkward piece because the knight and bishop control everything, but we could even put it on d2 to defend the pawn so that the knight can jump around, potentially. We have such a normal and active position. But yeah, I missed this. So here is where I deviate. By the way, if you think what is this opening? The main line, the most popular line, is knight to c2, and after we gambit, we take the whole center. And from here, there are a lot of tricks. Let's say e5 is one of the most played moves. We get to knight to b5. Now we are threatening this fork. And if he just goes back, we bully the knight, fork, and we just threaten all sorts of mates. Yeah, here we are up a queen and thriving. And yeah, if you have a look, we are a rook and a piece for a queen, but you have to know the sharp line though. This is one very difficult line because to be fair, here it is we are a piece down, I believe. Yeah, we are a piece down. Here we are two pieces down, but we get a queen for a rook, so now we have a rook and a two pieces for a queen, which if you count, we are down 2 points and a pawn. So we are down 3 points here. We do win 1 point back. So now we are just down a I mean a whole lot, but like 2 points. And yeah, you gotta know that basically this fork is inevitable. You cannot stop it, and the rook is hanging. We have some checkmating IDs, and this is a fork. If he saves the rook, it's a fork. But it's a very sharp line you have to know. But there are a lot of other lines. Let's say instead of this, because you would think, why would you run into another attack? You can go all the way back so that this doesn't come with another attack. And it's defended by the bishop. We still play d6, we don't care. It's defended twice, attacked twice, so you cannot take it. And our plan is obviously to play knight to c2 fork again. So the only way to stop it is or take the pawn and sack your bishop, or to play knight to a6, a very, very popular line, controlling c7, and we just sack the rook, give a check. And here you could take the rook, but actually we sack the rook, so you cannot, because then we are just down a pawn to damage his structure, which is not the worst thing in the world, but queen check is way better. And here the hard line I needed quite some time to know is knight to e8 check. The only line that does not lead to a checkmate is king to e7. Here we have bishop check, queen check, queen check, royal fork. You gotta know that, or you gotta have the tactical vision to see that. The other line I got in a video, I think 2 weeks ago, I basically predicted the whole game, but then I said he will go king e7, and then we have check, go here, check, block, check, royal fork. And I randomly said maybe he goes like this, and then he just went for it. But I know there is a mate here because this is the only line that is not a mate. And if you know you're completely winning, use your time because you're not going to need it in the future if you play correctly. So I used a lot of my time and I found bishop check, queen check, and g4 check. Very beautiful move. If the king goes here, we just have queen takes, and that's checkmate. So the king has to go to e5, and here I calculated knight to f3. We take away all of these squares. So knight check, you are forced to take, and then I calculated queen to e2 checkmate. Obviously, the pawn defends that. I noticed that after I sacked my knights. If I saw f4 check, en passant, knight takes, that the bishop takes away this, the knight takes away this, the pawn and the queen take away this, the queen takes away this, the pawn takes that, and the bishop takes this, and the knight gives a check. So that is checkmate. If I saw f4 followed by knight to f3, checkmate, I would have played a 100% accuracy game. I mean, yeah, that's the power of my course. If you're interested in the course, let me know in the comments. Because this is all in my course. If you study that well enough, you will get these lines. If you learned anything, subscribe, and let's go back. Hmm. Yeah, so again, he has a win condition. It's the passed pawn, so we should be careful about it. Probably my knight wants to go like this, maybe support and blockade like this. Um, I should be maybe slightly careful of my bishop being undefended after, but I think it's fine. I mean, the only way to exploit this is like this and then take or something, so should be fine. He's creating a lot of weaknesses, which I like a lot. So let's just take control. And maybe we have some nice IDs, and that's a double attack. You have to move, which is very awkward. Yeah, fair enough. You do have that. We can just support the pawn. We do have to think about knight takes, but we always have take the bishop with an attack. By the way, we also have this hitting that. So if I do this, you take, I take, you take, I take, you take. Knight in kicking the queen. So what about here take? I have to take. You take back. I hit your queen, which is a fork. So you have to move, and that's a free piece. Does that work? So I attack a piece. If you move the queen defending it, and then this becomes a pin, which is quite powerful. So I do this. The most logical thing to do is take something with a hanging piece. You still control these with the bishop, so I have to take. You can take. Then I have a fork. I attack a queen. So you have to move it or give me a check or attack my queen, which you're not able to do. Except with this, but I can just move my queen with an attack on the knight, so that should make things only worse. So this, if you take, I just take again with an attack on the queen, you have to move. I can trade these pieces, take this after you don't have a check. So here, probably you have to take, and after take, you have to take back. After this, you have to move the queen. So I think the only thing you can do is after this, defend the bishop. If you defend the bishop, um, I might have take this pawn, and I won back my pawn. So I think we already found our slight edge. And now we will have great activity and probably a weak pawn to fight against. Or he just completely blunders, by the way. So again, I gambited the pawn for greater activity. Now that I got a lot of activity, um, I won back my pawn and now I'm fighting for a slightly better position. So now I can take this with an attack on the rook. Probably you have to take back, and I feel like he missed this move. So I think it works. You take, I'm down a piece, but I mean, I'm not down a piece. So now I have this attacking the queen and the rook. You will have to move. I can take with a check, by the way, or I should take with the bishop because then the rook is even trapped. Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh, that's disgusting. Yeah, if you move here, I take with the rook, with the bishop, and your rook is even trapped. If you attack my knight, I can take. You take my knight. I take a pawn. You take, and then I can attack your knight, and I gave up a piece or something. I mean, I'm not sure. So I can take with a check. You have to move in. Okay. Oh, see this. Oh, pause the video if you want to see something disgusting. I mean, find it yourself. I can take, setting up this tactic. So if you move your king here, I can probably give a check, and if you take, I can take your queen. The one problem is that my queen is hanging, but I mean, wait, so I can do this, probably forcing your king to go here, and then I have this check, which is a fork. So I take, you have to move, and I should try to move my queen with an attack on the knight. And you cannot save anything. You have to move your queen to defend the knight. Can you just do that? Check, move, do this, and then you can move, but then I can pin. Then you can support. Does that not work? Do I have to do this first and then you're still in bad shape? Because after this, I can take with a check. You have to move in here. And sadly enough, the tactic. Oh, it just doesn't work. I calculated takes. You have to move. check, your queen is hanging. So you basically have to take, I believe, but I cannot move my queen with a threat. It's always so annoying when you cannot move a queen with a threat. Like, it's a literal queen. So maybe I have to move here, actually, so that you cannot support your knight with the pawn. If I do this, you get check. I have to stop the check. So probably towards the center. And what now? You have to move the queen to here, probably. And then what? Take with a check, you move. Attack the knight, you support it. And then I can... I don't know. So there has to be something that just completely wins here. Here, move the queen. If I take with the bishop, so that your rook has to move. Wait, so what if I take a queen, you take a queen, I take a piece, rook has to move, then we are equal in material, but your knight is still hanging, no? Hold up, so I take a queen, you take a queen, I take a piece, you don't have checks, and if you save your knight, I take this and I can save my knight. So take a queen, take a queen. I'm down a piece. Then I can take this, defending the knight, attacking the rook. If you save your rook, I'm now equal in material. And and uh I take a pawn, you take a knight, I take a knight, and I'm up a pawn. Is that it? Take a queen, take a queen. Take a bishop, save your rook. We're equal in material. If I take this pawn, maybe. After it takes, I have to take, and you can save your knight. Why is this so difficult? I move, you move. Take with an attack on the rook, maybe, but then you have takes, 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 pin, support. So what if I do this? It doesn't matter where my queen moves, right? But you do get check. That's why I didn't do that. So here, move the queen. Take with a check, you have to move. I can... Shoo. Take with a fork, maybe. I take with a fork, you take a queen. I take a queen. So equal in material. Take a queen, take a queen. We're still equal. Take, take, take. But your knight is still hanging. Is that it? Takes. If you save your queen, I can go here, you take a knight, I take a rook, you take a piece. I can pin you like this probably, so that this I can attack the pawn maybe. So, or take with a check, you have to move. I can do this. You have to save your queen. And material is equal, but I have tremendous pressure on your knight. I only have 5 minutes, so I think I like this variation the most. But I don't know, I feel like I didn't play the best move. You have to save this. Then I can take with a check. You will have to move. Then I could attack, defend, attack, defend. I don't know. Um, Maybe this pawn break is what I need. But then you can push. I mean, that does open up this, so I don't know. Very complicated. I feel like I was winning already, so I just tanked all of my time to choose the cleanest moves, which is really what I recommend. If you have a feeling like you're totally winning, just tank all of your time finding the cleanest way. But hey, what if I take this? You can take. I take. If you do this, I fork you. Take a piece. If I take a piece, you take a piece. Um, Take a rook, take this. I'm not sure. Take, you have to move. Um, Take, you have to move. Attack the knight, have to defend. Then I can attack the pawn, but you can defend it again. Take with the bishop, take my knight. And I can take a pawn, because if you take back, I can take your knight. Take, you probably have to take. But then I have to take the rook. I mean, let's take this with a check. I don't have infinite time, so that's slightly annoying. But I will at least get back my pawn, I believe. And if not, just have an insane active position. So let's attack the knight. You have to defend it. And it's really difficult to stop that. Maybe, but that doesn't accomplish anything, does it? And I really have to be ready to save my knight. If you do this, um, quite difficult to save my knight. So this pawn break, after takes, I can take a piece. So here you take, I take your knight, you take my knight. So here take, 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 and I have an incredibly active rook, but you do have these two strong pawns for, I believe, an extra piece. Oh, it's like 2 videos ago. I'm up a piece for 2 pawns, but the 2 pawns are really incredible. So I believe I have to do this to open up the situation a bit so I can fight against his 2 passed pawns. If these 2 passed pawns don't land, I'm winning. And this is again like 2 videos ago. By the way, this should be strong if he allows me. So I had an extra piece for 2 pawns, but the 2 pawns are very, very strong. And I did blunder a win against the opponent. If you want to see if I saved the game, it's 2 videos ago. Um, yeah, probably the day after yesterday. So that's very interesting. I did not at all see that. I also don't understand why you would do that. I can kick your queen. Oh, I cannot. I mean, I barely cannot. It was quite close to be something. So can I just take? Oh, probably queen takes is the ID. But then I can kick your queen like this. And you will have to move somewhere. And that looks like it's opening up the position. I only have 3 minutes, so I think I just have to play some logical moves rather quickly. If he takes back with the pawn, I just fork him. He will have to move. I can take, and that should be winning, even though he could get a lot of activity for it. Yeah, now everything is quite defended. So I think I'll just activate. I'm, by the way, monitoring this, which could be quite important. My bishop is undefended and my knight is undefended. Very important to note that moves like this can just lose me the game, but I have this. You can attack me and then I just have to sack something, or I don't know. Um, Difficult position, low time. Yeah, so he did find it. So what if I do it like this? Is there a difference? This gives more pressure, I believe. And if you attack me, I can attack you. So I do this, you get this check though. I move, and if you take my rook, I should have a trick up my sleeve, but I don't see it and I don't have time. So I believe I will have to do it like this, so I still monitor this. I'm constantly looking at my opponent's threats, and knight to e2 is too big of a threat to just give him. I don't have the time to calculate if it's actually a threat, but I will just believe it is. If you attack me, I can attack you. And a queen is worth more than a knight, so you should be very careful. And maybe I have something after. Yeah, so you're setting up this probably. Um, so I think I want to kick the queen so that this is not a problem anymore. My queen is defended, yours is not. So if you do some tactic, I will take your queen, you take my queen, but I'll take a rook after, which is a very, very important detail. I do have plans of taking this with an attack if it works. I do monitor this, so your only knight check I can just capture with the queen. If you move, you get forked, but then you take. I covered this though. Maybe that's in my favor. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. That's a move. Is my bishop useful or do I want it here? Are you threatening to do this and then queen takes, rook takes, queen takes? Maybe. Maybe. What if I do this? Check. Uh, Take, rook check. Okay, that's annoying. Fair enough. So, do I not have a check? I don't. Um, wow, this is annoying. So let's just get out of the way so that after this knight check I can take with the knight, you take my knight, and I take this probably. Or do I move my rook? Can I do this so that take I can just take? I don't know. Difficult. Um, and my time situation doesn't help. So if I do this, check, knight takes is fine, and I keep most of my pressure. Here I can take with the knight. You cannot take my knight because my queen still sees it. Okay. And I probably want bishop to g3, so it's defended by a pawn and it has an awesome scope again. My opponent does have a lot of time, which is quite annoying. Attacking my queen. Attack your queen, take, and I lose a piece. I don't have checks. Do I have to go all the way here? I really wish I could keep defending this knight. What if I do this? If you take my queen, I take with the knight, and I think nothing is exploitable. This take is losing. Here, take. I believe that that's not exploitable. But it's very risky, and I'm in a very low time situation. So I think this is winning. Queens hanging. I think trading queens is in my favor. But I'm a bit unsure. I mean, I have the lowest time. Probably trading queens if I have the lowest time is a good thing. Because it makes everything way easier. If I want to have a material advantage, I could do this. That will win a pawn and have awesome pressure. That's something annoying, potentially. Okay, you're attacking a rook. So if I jump in here, you have take, take, I take. Yeah, I mean, if I blunder, fair enough, because I just don't have time. I will not be angry if I blunder here. It was quite a good game. It will be very instructive. If I win or lose, I don't even think I really care. It's just a good game. So if this happens, oh, so I fork you, you take my rook, I take your rook. Oh wait, is that not a free piece? Oh no, I take a piece, you fork me, I move my king, you take a rook, I fork you. So take a piece, fork, run, take a rook, fork you, you move, I take, and we're equal. I fork you, you take a rook, I take a rook, take a piece, and you still fork me, but the knight is here. And if you take a knight, I'm not forked anymore. Yeah, so I could take a piece or take, I think this. And after you move, you take one of my pieces. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, after this, I can take. You take, and I fork you like this, and I still control your forking square. I think I'm winning, but it's very complicated. Um, take, and I defend. Check. So I have to take. You take back. I take your rook with a check. If you do this, I can take and fork. So if you take, I can take. I cover check, which is quite lucky, I cannot lie. Takes is takes. You have to save your rook. Probably like this. And now I'm just up a lot. I mean, check. Maybe that wasn't smart. I didn't think about my knight's escape. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I still cover the fork. This will be very annoying. but my bishop covers the fork. So I'm threatening to do... That's not how a knight moves. I mean, that's defended. So, oh, you're threatening this. Okay, so let's get my king active. If you give me a check, I'll just move. You can have this one pawn. I'm up a piece. That's defended. You go here. I could do this, but then I believe that... Oh, shoot. Um, attack the rook, give me a check. I don't know. No time. Check, I can attack your rook again, which will be clutch, I believe. Yes, I attack your rook again. And if you take, I save... I will probably save my bishop like this. Here. Shoot. Oh, shoot. Okay, I didn't see this. Fair enough. So, you take my bishop. I take your pawn. You cannot save this pawn, so I will win 2 pawns for a bishop. Then you'll take here, though. You win this, you will probably win that, and I think this will be a draw after. Oh. Shoot. So now, I mean, yeah, this should be a draw. I cannot save this pawn. If just this. I mean, it should be a draw, but... I mean, let's just get my knight active and then give a check, barricade everything. Yeah, and I think that it should be a draw quite easily. If I push, go here. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit more difficult than I give it credit. I mean, I can lock your king out. Damn, you actually do that. Check, move here, then I'm screwed. So let's go to the side. You will probably come up. I can defend the knight. If you go in, I can attack the rook. You move. Shoot. Why is this so difficult? Attack, you have to move. Then I could probably shut you out. You can come closer. Shoot. I'm messing this up. Okay, let's stop everything. If you go here, I can just do this. So I'm confident if I win this, but I have to keep something on the board. Maybe I messed this up. I will not lie. You go here, I go here, you run, I can take, you take. And if I do this, I probably lose my knight. Is this losing? I mean, I already told you, like, I am fine losing this. Like, it was a good game, it was complicated. And if my opponent wins this, fair play. So now I want to give a check. You go here. Yeah, so wait, if I do that, that's not good. If I do this, you can give me a check. I can take. And I mean, take is a draw. What if I do this so that takes is what? I don't know. So what if I do this? You can give me a check. I can take. Um, check. Move the king. I could push my pawn, but that's a bit too risky, probably. Um, so what about barricade? You give me a check, I take, I go here, and you cannot save the pawn. I think, yeah, I think I'll just make the draw, especially with a minute, and probably I was winning, but again, I had a winning position, but not a win condition, so it's quite difficult. I think check, take, and you could fight for this pawn, but I believe I should be able to stop you. I cannot sack my knight for the pawn. That is one annoying thing. I I mean, the king and the rook is losing, obviously, so this is very losable for me, but it's not winnable, which is quite a sticky position to be in. So I really hope he does takes, and then after this, I just have to shuffle, and that's a very easy draw with the H pawn. So I really hope my opponent just makes the draw. He will not. So take, move. You go here, and then I could attack your rook. No, because you can give me a check, and if I take the pawn, you take my knight, and I'm screwed. Okay, so let's just take this. You will probably take, but I don't know what to do now. Let's just move. You will have to go here. I could do this, but then check happens. So you go here, maybe. Oh, that's smart. If I take, you do this, and I'm losing. So I have to take the pawn. And I think this is an easy draw. I think. Maybe I'm very wrong, by the way. I will not lie. I mean, I'm happy I got to this position. I will just. It's not winnable. Let's just. Yeah, okay, he doesn't take the draw. If I do this, you cannot really move. And if I can move my knight to something else than an outskirt, what if you do this? Then I have to do this. You can do this. Okay, you're trying to. I mean, that's not a bad move. If I save my knight, I just get mated because the king takes away everything, and then I get checked if my king is here, right? So now you can give me a check. I do this, and I mean, it should be a draw. I'm quite low on time, but check. I have to go here. Um, yeah, I basically just have to keep my knight close to my king, but not too close, you know? And I think I really should give some checks. And your king cannot touch my knight. I think if your king touches my knight, that's the risky part. Like, see, if I just move my king, I get pinned and I'm screwed. So I just have to make sure that your king doesn't touch my knight. Yeah, so now I can just move. You can move closer, but I can move my knight. So I could go here. No, if I go here, you give me a check and I'm lost. It is difficult. I understand why my opponent plays on. I'm not angry at my opponent to try and play this out because one misstep, I lose my knight and it's over. And I have never faced a endgame like this. Yeah, by the way, this blunders a draw in one, and I only have to survive this for like 50 moves, which is not nothing, by the way. So I can give a check and get out. If I give a check, you move here. I move my knight, you give me a check, and I can move in here. Okay, so I can give a check safely. And if I can give a check safely, that's already like two moves that you cannot try to cheese me. So if I go here, you give me a check, I can just slide in. If you go here, I can attack your rook or something. Like after this, I have to get closer and then you cannot infiltrate, which is nice. Check, I go here, so you cannot fork me, but this close. After this, I can just slide. You cannot enter with the rook. There's a fly annoying me. So I can just move towards the center. Is that risky? Um, Maybe I should go here. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe wait, check, move, pin me. If I go here, you pin me. I unpin myself. You move and I have to move and I don't have a move. So that's losing. If I go like there, let's go. Oh my god, that blunder's made in one. Oh my god, no. GG to my opponent. What should I have done in this position? If I go like this, you do this. I have to go here. Oh my god, you cannot go there. I miscalculated. Yeah, and if you do something like this, I can go here. Oh, I miscalculated. I thought king here, I have to make a move, so I have to step out and you will take my knight. Oh, yeah, okay. Fair enough. GG to my opponent. It was a very, very good game. Let's go to the analysis. So if you learned anything, please subscribe. We go into this, and here I go for my gambit, take, and we go for the same thing. Oh, it is bishop to e7. That's the most natural move, but I thought that the best move was actually going back to f8, which is weird, but I mean, okay. So I do take the center, and apparently I should attack you instantly. I defended the pawn, developed castle. This is all the best moves. This is very wrong. I should support the pawn and probably push it to log the center. That's a valid plan. Or try to break open the center, but I don't really understand that. You kick me, I go back. You do whatever that is. I develop a knight, which is fine. I'm slightly worse. And here he just blundered a pawn. I completely didn't see that. If you saw that, let me know in the comments. Shout out to you. You are a trustworthy learnchess subscriber. Shout out to you. So yeah, I just completely missed this. If take, the rook is hanging, so that's a free pawn. I just developed the piece, so fair enough. Now this, he probably saw this issue. That's why he did this. But I still have a tactic, but it doesn't work. But I thought it did. He did have to defend the bishop. That's what I calculated, but he didn't. And after this and takes, knight in, it's only equal, but after takes, I'm winning. This is one of the best moves. So I did a lot of calculation because I thought I was winning, and I really am. But it's difficult after this, and now I did have to take the knight. After takes... Oh my god, the queen is hanging. Shoot, I didn't see that. Oh, I only saw this, and then I get pinned, and I'm annoyed, and this is hanging, and that's annoying, and this is annoying. But I didn't see that I could take with a check, and the queen is also not defended. So probably you have to defend the queen, but this is just a fork. And then, to be fair, takes is not a thing though. And if takes, you're not attacked anymore. So I have to save the queen. Now your rook is hanging. So let's say you move the rook, and now I can take the file. You have to move. If you move like this, I get check. I did see that variation, but like the exact same tactic a couple of moves ago, I didn't see. Anyway, so after this, and you save the rook, I take the file, you move the queen, I can infiltrate. You have to move, I can take a pawn, and here I'm crushing. I'm up a piece and a pawn. Your rooks are useless. Your knight is looking quite lost, to be honest. It doesn't look like you can save that knight. And your queen is not that dominant, and I have so much activity and such strong pieces. If you do something like this, probably, yeah, I can just attack the queen, has to move, my knight can jump in, I can damage your structure. Yeah, this is an incredible position. God damn it, I missed that. I mean, I said that something was very winning. I spent my time correctly, but I didn't see it. So, I mean, fair enough. So I took, which is not the best move. And apparently, the pawn break instantly is the best move. I have an extra bishop, so obviously, I want the open board, and there are a lot of tactics which will probably work. I did calculate this, but now it's back to a draw. I do find a great move, d5, and I only calculated push. He did this move, but then after takes and takes, I could have just attacked the queen. I attacked the queen wrong. This is quite annoying, but I have one move to save myself. You set up some tactics that kind of work, so I stop everything. Um, you have to move, and here I saw this, but I was scared of check. Oh my god, I take this, and if you take my queen, I can take your queen, and I'm up a piece. I didn't see I take this with an attack on the queen. I mean, the queen is already attacked, it doesn't even matter. I only saw queen takes to save my queen, and after takes, I'm losing. I don't even have to take back, your queen is still hanging. So if you take, I take a rook, and I'm completely winning. I mean, oh yeah, obviously it's even defended. Okay, yeah. Is your queen just trapped? You go here, I attack your queen again. You have to move again, then I can take a free rook. Okay, I'm just up a piece now. I mean, yeah, up a piece and a piece for 3 pawns. Oh, I miscalculated so much. I mean, I was low on time. Give me a break. So this is horrible. You attack me. I have to trade queens and it's back to a draw. You do this and that's losing, but you don't see why. After this, I thought fork, free piece. And after takes, you counter fork me. I missed that. And now your piece is not hanging because after takes, I save my piece. You can attack it again. And you're up way too much material. I can take with a check and take a piece though, but yeah, now you're just up a pawn. And your pawn is a very big and strong win condition, so that's why it is losing. So I did blunder a couple of times. I mean, I was just low on time. That's also. I wanted to play this, but I thought take. Oh, and I can just save myself. Yeah, I don't know. I was scared of these complications, so I chose a more complicated line, and here I'm losing again. But he took a rook. I take back. I'm again completely losing if he pushes his pass pawn. That's, by the way, completely in team with 2 videos ago. That's how I blunder the game as well. If you want to know if I put it away, you have to watch that video. So check, take, it's a draw. And after this, I'm winning, but I take the wrong pawn. I have to take these pawns instead of a free pawn. And yeah, okay, taking a free pawn and I'm losing. GG to my opponent. This is not really human. If the only move is retreating, defending the knight or this, while there's just a pawn hanging, fair enough. But I have low time. I took a pawn and I'm losing. Um, yeah, fair enough. So GG to my opponent. Didn't really play the most accurate endgame, but it's on low time, and this is apparently losing. I thought that he never blunder a draw here. This is always losing. Yeah, okay, this is always losing. Sick. Okay, so here he has to play this, and then it's losing because probably my knight is trapped. I have to save my knight, and you can cut it off again. And now my knight is just trapped. You attack it and it's trapped. Okay, that's difficult. So it is a draw if my knight wasn't trapped, but I mean, fair enough. So GG to my opponent, very good game. This was drawable, but I mean, very, very difficult. And probably the end position before the blunder was also a draw. But I did miscalculate that one line, but I already explained that. So I have to go here, only move, and I was scared of this pin, but I can do this. And here I miscalculated that king e1 is winning because I'm in a swung and I have to move my king and lose my knight, but you cannot play king e1 because the knight. So even though it's pinned, you cannot move a king on a square that's controlled, even from a pinned piece. So here you just have to move and I can move and then you can try something, but I can just freely move and there's absolutely nothing. This is an easy draw, but one slight miscalculation. GG to my opponent. And if you learned anything, subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.